At our peak, I believe we were making like 1.6 million tons of steel a year. We had 6,400 employees. At the time the plant shut down, probably less than 1,200.
When you think of manufacturing in Detroit, most people think of one, final assembly line where a bunch of parts come in and a car comes out. But what was amazing about Detroit in its prime is you had all the steel plants in the early processes, and then you had all the parts plants. You had rubber plants where you were processing and making tires. You had glass forges where you were making, all your windshields and your windows for your cars. You had all these other industries, and you literally had communities that sprung up around these communities. Cities like Melvindale and River Rouge, Ecorse. These were cities that were built and planned by a lot of the early auto executives.
We got greedy, and that's why we're where we're at now. That's the sick part about this whole place here. You walk through it and you see what it was, and you feel that it could be better. You wished it would be here, but you have no control over that. But the part for me is, I seen how many people this place could employ. I see how much more it could put back to the community. I see how much more it could make the economy in this area get better, and you have no control over to change it. Making things, manufacturing things, rather than buying it, taking a blank pipe, a solid piece of steel, and making it into a shaft. It was done right here, day in and day out, and by far by some of the best machinists you'd probably ever find.
These were jobs that people from all over the world wanted to come and experience. And so you weren't just buying into the idea of working in a factory, you were buying into a piece of the American dream.
How did a place like this end up looking like a post-apocalyptic ruin? This ending wasn't written overnight. It's more of a product of the times and a lack of understanding of how the relationship between manufacturing and consumption went sour, without the most important party, you, even being aware of it. This city, and hundreds of others across the country just like it, are the remnants of the latest chapter in American history. When economic times have gotten tough in the past, a quick look at the history books reminds us that American manufacturing has been counted upon even during our darkest times. The Great Depression had the country in what seemed like a bottomless freefall, but the call to arms of World War II brought about change. Overnight, manufacturing plants went from building cars to tanks, from industrial tools to weapons of war. And we won. Over the next 30 years, the country's middle-class backbone, fortified through a central labor movement and good old-fashioned American ingenuity, gave rise to a wave of economic consumption. New homes and vehicles, as well as appliances like refrigerators, washing machines, ovens, and vacuums, made a comfortable life easier to attain. When the 1960s blasted in, the new frontier of space was explored and traversed in rockets made in the USA. And after one small step, even the world as we knew it wasn't a boundary anymore.